Thank you for that introduction. My name is McDuff and I am a staff nurse in the Foyle Hospice in Derry. The Foyle Hospice is a 9-bedded unit which delivers special palliative care, and we're spanning to almost a period of 35 years and caring for almost 16,000 patients and families to date. It is specifically offered to adult patients who suffer from progressive life-limiting conditions. So just before I start my presentation, I think it is important that we draw our attention to some facts regarding dementia and end-of-life care. And as our population ages, conditions that are more likely in old age are becoming increasingly common. Dementia and Alzheimer's disease are the leading cause of death, and research shows that about 30% of people aged 65 or over will die with some form of dementia. If we look at the Prime Minister's Challenge on Dementia 2020, it highlights the importance of end-of-life care to people who have a form of dementia. Good end-of-life care supports people and those important to them to have a good quality of life, with pain and other symptoms well managed, with dignity and choice being central to this. So for today's presentation, I will introduce to you a change project that I have led in our hospice, which is known as the Getting to Know Me document. My objective today will be to discuss with you the nature of this document and how it was created. I also aim to look at a few areas within the document and discuss them with you. I'd like to discuss with you all the aim of the project and the rationale behind before touching upon what the evidence suggests in relation to a document like this. Finally, touching upon the anticipated benefits that we believe a document like this will bring to individuals living with dementia at our hospice and their loved ones. So, the aim of the project was to develop a new holistic assessment tool for the hospice inpatient unit that would help facilitate a better understanding of the individual behind the diagnosis of a dementia. We really wanted to capture the essence of the person. We wanted to provide better patient-centred care and hopefully enrich the lives of patients in our care and their loved ones. So what was the rationale for the document? So looking back over the admissions numbers in the years 2016 to our current year, there had been a steady increase in the numbers of individuals with a definite diagnosis of a dementia admitted into our inpatient unit. We as a team feel that we are also caring for individuals who may have a form of dementia or a severe cognitive impairment that have not yet been diagnosed. So we believe that there is a wealth of knowledge to be gained from listening to patients, as we believe individuals with a dementia and their carers and families are experts in their own care, and their voices need to be heard. Our hospice already had an existing holistic assessment tool, but I had identified areas within it that needed improvement, such as, whilst it was useful clinically, it lacked the domains to facilitate a better understanding of the individual behind their diagnosis. So how did I come to create such a change? So I enrolled initially in the Dementia Champions programme. It was facilitated by the North West Regional College, developed and provided in partnership with the HSCB, Public Health Agency at Connected Health and Department of Health. This Dementia Champions programme encouraged the development of changes that would help improve care experience and outcomes for individuals and their loved ones living with a diagnosis of a dementia. So through the Dementia Champions programme, I undertook a change project initiative to improve the holistic assessment tool at our hospice. So choosing the right document. So there was a wealth of research out there, and the research of literature identified a number of potential tools that we could have used. So through the research of the literature, I chose the Getting to Know Me document, initially developed by the Alzheimer's Society Scotland, as I believed it to be clear, concise in its nature, and easily followed and integrated into our hospice care. I came across a lot of evidence-based practice that supported such a document like this. For example, the Foundation of National Studies Dissemination stated that a document like this would help staff reflect and improve on their current practice. The Government of Scotland website endorses such a document as it encourages individuals and their loved ones to participate in care, which again encourages a team effort. This document fits in with the triangle of care approach, the patient, the care professional, as it promotes a meaningful environment as both parties are involved in the decision-making process. So what benefits did we believe that the Getting to Know Me document could bring to our hospice? So we wanted to empower individuals living with a dementia by ensuring an equal partnership. We wanted to help ensure individuals and their loved ones, their advocates, get their voices heard. We wanted to help ensure the qualities that make the person are captured. We wanted to ensure loved ones, carers and families felt recognised, they felt valued and felt involved. And the information that we gained, we used that to engage in meaningful conversations with patients and their families. We wanted to build teamwork by strengthening relationships between individuals, families and staff, provide security and peace of mind and help build trust, smooth the transition from home to hospice and vice versa, and helping staff become more proactive in their care rather than reactive. We wanted this document to help and strengthen our current risk assessments and hopefully improve the quality of life and well-being of patients in our care. So my approach. So a phased action plan was developed. I adapted the Get to Know Me document and accompanying guidance notes for the hospice and patient unit. A prospective pilot was undertaken, but there were challenges such as the short time frame. Due to the course deadline, only 2 patients with a diagnosis of dementia were admitted into the hospice during this time frame. Staff needed to be updated on the revised tool. It needed to be distributed to patients and their families to complete with the help of staff where required. And once the pilot was completed, we needed to roll the project out following feedback. So the next few slides will display the actual Get to Know Me document that I have adapted to suit the hospice setting. And just if anybody wants a copy of this, my email address will be at the end, so we're happy to give that and send that out to you if you wish. So as you can see, the document itself will be distributed to patients and their loved ones with the help of staff if required to complete. Boxes are small and kept purposely small, so the key details is what's required. We needed to put a time frame in which completion could take place. We put this time frame at 48 hours. The reason being that some individuals admitted to the unit may only be admitted for a 10-day respite. I believe that any longer than 48 hours to complete, then the information gained may not be 100% patient-centred. So there's 3 pages in total, and what we want to do was make sure the document did not appear too emotionally heavy or exhausting. The questions that we were asking needed to be specific and tailor-made. And I'll go through each of the questions in the headings just to give you a feel about what we would be asking, the type of questions that we would be asking and why. So, for example, things like my name, the power in a name. Okay, this is the name that the individual would like to be called, the name that brings them comfort and familiarity. The person who knows me best. This is the person or persons who bring me comfort during times, and happy times and sad times, my advocate in the outside world. Home, family and things that are important to me. Again, these are type of questions that appear so simple, but what we have looked at is the simplest questions hold a lot of power. So this is my home comfort. It's important that the individual knows that they can bring these into the hospice. Pictures, picture frames, family members, even pets, things that bring comfort. And what I would like you to know, so my likes, my dislikes, this is how I cope in different situations. For example, do I like to listen to music? If so, what type and why and when? You know, what is the lighting like in my room? What am I doing at home? But this is something I would like to continue as I be admitted to the hospice. Is the lights too bright? Does it startle me? Does it unsettle me? This is our way of knowing and trying to get to know the person's capabilities so they're not lost. So my life so far, so details of my past, present employment, my hobbies, dates that are important to me, dates that may be coming up, but at times I can't communicate that with you. So things that I think you should know about my spiritual beliefs. So am I a spiritual person? If so, what brings me comfort? Where is my preferred place of care? Have I even discussed this yet? So food and drink, this is how I enjoy my food. This is how I'm managing at home. This is when I like to keep going whilst I'm at the hospice. And the information that we gain here can be supported within our current risk assessments. For example, oral assessments, swallow assessments. This is where our document strengthens our current risk assessments. Do I require help? Please just don't assume that I do need help. Would I feel it of benefit if the hospice chef, for example, came to talk to me to tailor-make menus and meals that would suit my appetite? So how do I take my medication? Do I need help in taking my medication? For example, if you simply put my medications into my hand, I'm not going to take that. I need them in a cup. Do I need you to reassure me at every stage what I'm taking? Do I have certain tablets that I like to take first? So sleep and rest, what is my normal routine? Do I require any night medication or any help? Do I find certain points in the day challenging or stressful? Do I find nighttime stressful? And what do I do at home to help me relax during this? So washing and dressing, I may not want any member staff to do, I may want my family to help me. I may only want a male or a female carer. So how do I even put my clothes on? I want you to respect that, and I want you to respect that order. I wish I do that. So communication, hearing, and my eyesight. How do I communicate with you, and what do I need you to do for me? So the last page is, how do I get about my mobility? Again, information gained can be used to support current risk assessments, falls assessments, moving and handling assessments. Do I need help, and do I have any aides at home that help me? And there's a section there for your friends, carers and family. Do they need support? Are you concerned about them in any way? And there's a section if they feel that we need to know any information that is important as well. So the next few slides just display the guidance notes that we have as well. The guidance notes do not go out with the document. They're just as a point of reference for staff to help. So if we find some patients that are struggling to answer questions or maybe not understanding why we're asking certain things, staff can help with them and their family to kind of, they're really used as a prompt reference in helping ask questions. So due to the time constraints of this presentation, like for example, the communication area, these are again 3 pages in total, all prompt questions. So we can use these prompt questions to help individuals and their family answer specific questions. So the feedback that we gained. So what feedback did we receive from the pilot? So we felt that the feedback gained was well received by families and staff. Staff valued the additional information about the person. They believed it was vital to understanding and meeting specific care needs. Families appreciated and felt really reassured by staff taking the time to know their loved one, truly understanding their unique personalities. There was challenges for change for staff, fear of change and will it bring more paperwork. Concerns were addressed by some members of staff that maybe having a different holistic assessment tool may stigmatise, it would be the potential to stigmatise individuals. So looking towards the future, we believe the participation of hospices in programmes such as the Dementia Champions programme appear to help and improve staff knowledge, awareness and possibly care. This pilot indicated that the Get to Know Me document can be a useful component of holistic assessment in hospices, and it appears to increase the confidence amongst patients and their loved ones. The reality of their world is better understood. It helps staff to ask the right questions. And based on the feedback gained, we aim in the future to adapt the Get to Know Me document for all patients admitted into the hospital, regardless of a diagnosis. Additional staff education will be needed and is underway to assist full implementation. And we aim for the document to complete it within 48 hours of admission. So collaboration between hospices, higher education colleges, dementia charities and other organisations is crucial in meeting the challenges and innovation care. Charities such as the Alzheimer's Society of Scotland are a rich resource and other organisations for individuals with a diagnosis of a dementia. And thank you for listening. That's the end of the presentation.